So for the next couple of lessons, we're going to learn to dribble, or if you already know how to do it, you're going to get better at it. Okay, so when we dribble, we want this ball to hit the ground and bounce back up. For it to do that, we need to make sure we push it down. Okay, so you're making sure that when you push the ball down, you're using your fingers. If your fingers had ink, if this ball had ink on it, the only part of your hand that would have ink are the pads of your fingers, not the palm. So we want to pat the ball, not slap it, okay? So all I want you to do first of all is push the ball down to the ground. Push and catch, push and catch, push and catch. Have a little bend in your legs too. Notice that when I bounce it, it's only coming up to my waist. I don't want it to bounce too high. So push, catch, push, catch, push, catch, up to my waist. Okay, and my legs are slightly bent and I'm slightly bent over at my waist. Okay, after you've had a go at that and you get the push and catch, I want you to try with one hand. This is where we start patting the ball. So you're going to pat the ball, not slap it, pat it and push it back down with a nice soft wrist. See my wrist doing all the work there. Okay, so I'm going to push, 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 push. Okay, but that's the aim of where you're going. All I want you to do now is just push, catch. Push it with one hand, catch it with two. Push, catch with two. Push, catch with two. If you're really clever, you can try with the other hand. Push and catch. It's still only going to my waist. Okay, so I'm pushing it down. Okay, now try two bounces. 1, 2, catch. If the ball doesn't come up high enough, you need to push it down harder. Okay, so if the ball's not coming up high and you've got to bend all the way down here to pick it up, you need to make sure you push it harder with your hand. Okay, you're using those fingertips to push with your hand, making sure you're watching the ball as you bounce. Okay. So have a go at that, and then once you've done that, you are going to now see how many times in a row you can bounce it before the ball stops. Okay, so I'm looking at the ball, I'm pushing it down, my knees are a little bit bent, and I'm bouncing it up to my waist. Okay, I've got to make sure I push it as it comes up. Okay, if I don't push it as it comes up, it's not going to go high enough. It's going to go really low, and then I'm going to have to pick it up. Okay, so you want to make sure you're pushing it down. Pushing it down. Push, push, push. See how you go with that, and then we'll put it into a game. Our next game is called Bounce by Number. What I've done is just drawn some numbers on some sticky notes. If you've got some sticky notes, draw numbers on them, otherwise you can draw them on paper. I've got the numbers 1 to 10 on here. I'm going to spread them out in my space and put them face down so I can't see what number I'm looking at. Okay, then I'm going to take my ball and I'm going to dribble around to the numbers. Now remember, when we dribble, we pat the ball with our fingertips, not slapping it with our hand. So push it down. I'm going to come to my first number. I'm going to look at it. It says 10. So I'm going to try and bounce it 10 times on the number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Remember, only bounce it up to your waist and push it down with your fingers. Then I'm going to find another number. Number 6. If you're having trouble with one hand, you could also try it with two hands. So I might go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And you're going to keep doing that until you've finished all of your numbers.